Sewing is one of humanity's oldest crafts, with a history dating back thousands of years. From its early beginnings as a simple method of stitching animal skins together to today's sophisticated machines and techniques, sewing has played a vital role in human development, culture, and industry. The history of sewing dates back to the Paleolithic era. Around 20,000 years ago, early humans used bone, antler, and ivory needles to stitch together animal hides with sinew, plant fibers, or leather strips. This primitive form of sewing was essential for making clothes to protect people from harsh climates. Sewing techniques were crucial for survival, allowing humans to create functional garments, shelters, and tools. As civilizations progressed, the art of sewing evolved with the development of textiles. Ancient Egyptians, Mesopotamians, and Chinese were among the first to weave fabrics from natural fibers like linen, cotton, wool, and silk. As these materials became more available, sewing advanced from basic garment construction to more intricate designs, incorporating embroidery and decorative stitching. In ancient Egypt, for example, sewing was used to create garments for both everyday wear and ceremonial purposes. Sewing techniques became highly refined, with the use of gold thread and fine embroidery on clothing for the pharaohs and nobility. During the Middle Ages, sewing was a specialized craft, with tailors and seamstresses gaining prominence in European societies. Clothing became a symbol of status and wealth, and sewing became more complex, incorporating intricate patterns, embroidery, and embellishments. Tailoring as a profession began to emerge during this period, with skilled artisans creating custom garments for royalty and the upper classes. By the Renaissance, sewing had become an essential part of fashion and personal expression. Wealthy individuals commissioned tailors to design elaborate clothing, and sewing evolved into a respected trade. Techniques such as lace making, embroidery, and intricate stitching reached new heights during this era. The 18th and 19th centuries marked a major turning point in the history of sewing with the invention of the sewing machine. In 1790, Englishman Thomas Saint invented the first sewing machine, though it wasn't widely used at the time. It wasn't until 1830 that French tailor Barthélemy Thimonier developed a machine that could sew straight seams, revolutionizing the garment industry. In 1846, American inventor Elias Howe improved on Thimonier's design, creating a lock-stitch sewing machine that became the foundation for modern sewing machines. Isaac Singer further improved and popularized the sewing machine, creating a machine that was both efficient and affordable for mass production. The sewing machine drastically changed the clothing industry, making it faster and cheaper to produce garments. Factories sprung up, and ready-to-wear clothing became widely available, transforming fashion and consumer habits. In the 20th and 21st centuries, sewing has continued to evolve. While mass production dominates the clothing industry, sewing remains an important skill, particularly in the realms of fashion design, home crafts, and hobbyist sewing.